To get a handle on stress, we must understand what it is and what strategies are effective in its presence. Not all stress is destructive. Much stress leads to progress through innovation and invention. Without stress, it is possible to become stagnant. The forms of stress described in these podcasts and videos relate to the types of stress that are chronically draining and destructive. This type of stress is often deceptively camouflaged as an uneasy feeling in the pit of your stomach, being irritable, having difficulty sleeping, or experiencing a vague headache or a backache. If we hope to take aim and effectively deal with stress, we must first strip away the camouflage so we know where to set our sights. There is the stress of imminent danger, the stress of threatened identity, the stress of uncertainty, the stress of covering responsibility, and the stress of transgressions. The strategies to deal with stress differ based on the cause of the stress. This presentation is a review of the stress caused when we have caused an offense or injustice to another. Resilience and stress go hand in hand. Resilience is needed most during times of stress, and if stress is handled properly, it will strengthen your resilience. Resilience is your soul's covering during times of stress. Treat it kindly and spend it wisely. In the book of Ephesians in the New Testament, we are encouraged with the following words: "Be kind and helpful to one another, tender-hearted, compassionate, understanding, forgiving one another readily and freely." This is found in Ephesians 4, verse 32. This stress of transgressions is the one most filled with guilt, remorse, and shame. It will require humility and honesty to overcome. The transgressions may take many forms. None of us like the process of looking at where we have hurt others. This area is filled with guilt, shame, and remorse. We also need to be careful in how we assess the situation. We do not like to admit where we have wronged another, and our hearts are very deceptive. You usually do know where you have intentionally hurt someone else, though. There are also the areas where the offense may not be intentional. It is still an offense that can have a negative impact on the relationship, however. Transgression could be some form of injustice or misinterpretation of their actions that caused you to say something that was taken as an offense. Be very slow to judge. A rapid judgment is usually not accurate and can be a cause for offense itself. Your action was deceptive, like a little lie or a big lie, hiding the truth, or spinning a story to make you look better than you should. All of these can cause an offense and result in distrust in the relationship. The Bible states that we hate those we lie to. So what do you do with this now that you have discovered areas where you have caused an offense? Firstly, stop it. Do not continue the offense. Do not continue telling lies to cover other lies. If you recognize where you are hurting others, be quick to admit it and quick to stop it. Secondly, take time to become more aware of how you have hurt others. It is interesting that we can be very sensitive to how others have hurt us, and yet not very sensitive to where we have hurt them. Take time to consider and ponder where you have hurt others. Before sending off a quick apology text or leaving a voicemail, take time to write out the transgression you have committed. Be honest and open. If you run around making superficial apologies as a way of covering your tracks, you will only be increasing your strength, weakening your resilience, and worsening the offense. Take time to write it out first. Pause to consider the apology. Some apologies are best sent in letter form, and some are best delivered face to face. An apology is asking for forgiveness and not asking for anything else from the other individual. You are not expecting them to think better of you because you apologize or immediately restore a damaged relationship. A sincere, meaningful apology has absolutely no strings attached. You have delivered the apology, be patient and wait. If the relationship is to be restored, it will take time. Do not be demanding. It is possible the relationship will never be restored because of an offense for which you are responsible. You will have to learn to live with this. In conclusion, take hold of stress before it takes hold of you. If your stress is in the area of transgressions, be humble, apologize, and then be patient. I hope that by being able to visualize the elements or categories of stress, that it will encourage an ability to get a hold of stress so it does not get hold of you. Hopefully these tools will help you deal with the stress that comes from the stress of unresolved transgressions. For additional references and help, please contact the Fractured Resilience website, and to receive updates on new videos and podcasts, subscribe to the Fractured Resilience YouTube channel.